Hi everyone. Oh, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue here for today's Cricut Chat Friday edition. It's Friday and this is going to be our Freebie Friday edition. Not Freaky Friday, Freebie Friday. This is our second Friday that we're doing this freebie thing. And so if you're just tuning in, you'll hear about the schedule, how we made a little change, making Fridays a free file, not a Cricut file, but a free file that we find on the internet. So today we're going to do one from Simply Crafty SVGs. And then on Saturdays, we're switched to 5 p.m. and we are doing oversized pumpkins from SVG cuts. And I'm going to post links for a link for that later on today. So that's what we're going to do today. Before I get started, though, I wanted to, I have a lot of announcements, super great announcements from Cricut, from my friends, the other product experts, and also from me. So let me see. I'll just start going through it. Good morning to everybody. I'll say good morning, and I'll just start. This is in no particular order, but we have a really special event starting on, on Friday night, September 10th. So Friday night, we don't usually come to you on Friday night, but on that night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, through YouTube, we are having what we've dubbed Cricut Crafty Chat, and it's on YouTube. I posted a link today on my Facebook page, and I also sent out a post to all my YouTube subscribers about this. This is a 4-person event, so it's going to be on YouTube. I don't know all the technical specifics, but I do know what it's going to be about, and that is 4 Cricut, official Cricut product experts, and they are Melody Lane, Carol Prevost, Abigail Castillo, and me. Now, these are not all of the product experts from Cricut. They're just the 4 of us. Maybe that will change in the future. I don't know, but I just thought I would, promote this one because I'm in this one, and if the other product experts do other things, I'm sure they'll promote that as well. But so this is going to be a night of craft inspiration. We're introducing ourselves to each other's audience. So there might be some people that have followed Carol for a very long time. Carol is our Canadian product expert. So there might be some people that followed Carol and didn't know about Abigail or me, and vice versa. Somebody might follow me and not know about Melody Lane or Carol or Abigail. So this is a way for us to share with each other, the audience, to help build up the Cricut, community. And we've gotten the okay from Cricut for this. So this is going to be a really fun time. And I hope that you can join us. It's free. The only thing you need to be able to do if you want, there's going to be prizes. I forgot. I should have led with the prizes. So there's going to be prizes. And the only thing to qualify for a prize, you need to have a YouTube account. That is not, you don't need to purchase anything. You just need to create a YouTube account. And usually you can do that with Google if you have Gmail, and there may be other ways to do it. So, go on ahead of time, go on YouTube and create an account. Maybe I'll show you how to do that sometime next week, but I want you to be eligible for the giveaways, and there's going to be quite a few giveaways. There's also going to be question and answer about Cricut and just general craft inspiration. We're going to talk about We're going to talk about our favorite projects, and you guys know me, I love paper. So, hi from Australia, Bron. Hi. I love paper, so I'll probably be showing a few paper projects. It's going to be on Melody Lane's YouTube, and I'm sure that she's going to allow us. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I want to record it, and kind of like how we do the Zoom thing. I have to ask her about that. So that's my first announcement. There are several more, so let me just go through these, okay? So Cricut Crafty Chat next Friday night, Eastern Time, 8 o'clock, September 10th, on YouTube, Melody Lane. I posted a link. Just go through the link and hit set reminder, and you'll be reminded. I'm going to remind you too. Okay. The second thing is, it starts today, is that Cricut has put up a challenge for all Cricut crafters. It starts today, and it's only until next Wednesday. Okay, next Wednesday. Cricut Scrap Challenge, it's called, and they're challenging their users, members, whatever you want to call yourselves, the Cricketeers, to win a prize for making something with your scraps. So, your scraps, and so what you would do is you'd go on the Cricut official on Facebook. There's also a blog post, and I'll post that. And you can post up to 2 projects, and there will be 15 winners. It's only for a few days. So it's 2 projects, and you'd use the hashtag Cricut Scrap Challenge. So they're wanting to see us, all of us really scrappy and frugal people, show us what you do with your scraps. And I think that's awful fun. Excuse me. They have a couple of examples on the blog post. If you want to read the full blog post, I will pass it on. And let's see, a lot of prizes. I guess there's going to be 15 prizes, $50 each prize. That's a lot of prizes. So that's like $500 to $750 in prizes. Pretty awesome. Okay, so but that starts today, and it only goes until next Wednesday. Okay. The third one, I saw somebody making a comment about this. Is my Cricut Cutie challenge. So I'm starting it off with this little guy. This is the Lilac Cutie. Comes in a box, of course, because, you know, it's a collectible. And we are going to run this for 2 weeks. What I want to do is I want to ask people to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I'm going to post a link. And they're going to put their name in, very much like the Joy giveaway. Okay. Very much like the Joy giveaway, which is coming up, and I'll tell you about that too. So, they have to comment, like, share if they're not already subscribed. So subscribe, and they can put their name. Anybody can put your name in once a day for 2 weeks, kind of like what we did with the Joy giveaway. Okay, so that starts. Actually, it started today, and I'll post a link, and you can do this. I guess it's 14 times. So get your name in if you want to win this adorable Lilac Cutie within the box, and maybe I'll even send some goodies along with it. So you definitely want to win this. I also have at least three more cuties. I'm going to try to come up with some different ways to give them away, but this one, I know I promised that we were going to start it this week, so I just figured we know how to do that, so we'll do it that way. So if you want to win a Cricut Cutie, all you have to do is be subscribed to my YouTube channel. It's can be found Miss Rita to the Rescue. I can post a link when I post about the Cutie. I'm actually going to be doing a separate video, just a short, about the Cricut Cutie and trying to get people to sign up for my channel. I don't know if I told you this, but I have a year-end goal of 20,000 subscribers. I have almost 15,500. And my year-end goal is 20,000. So I'm asking everyone to help me to get there. And that's why I'm doing the Cricut challenge, okay? And I think once you're subscribed, you'll be happy. If you're somebody who's listening now and not subscribed, then saunter on over there and subscribe. There's lots and lots of content, and it's almost all of it's free, and it's worth it. Okay. And then the last two things is the Joy giveaway. The Joy giveaway is going to start next Friday. So we will have two giveaways, concurrent giveaways. We'll have overlap of a week. So the Joy giveaway will start next Friday. It will run for 2 weeks, the same thing that we have been doing. So for 2 weeks, you can win. You can enter your name to win a bundle of Joy, which is a Joy machine plus all the extras. It equals $250. Okay, so that's going to start next Friday. So that's the same day that we're going to do that Crafty thing. Okay, it starts next Friday. And then for those of you that really love to get on a Zoom call, we're going to be doing our Zoom call on September 18th. And I don't know if Matt Reed is listening today, but Matt Reed, I want everybody to see your gorgeous Victorian haunted mansion. We want to see that and have a look, but also anybody that has fall projects that they want to show off. We're going to be doing that Zoom call on Saturday, September 18th. Okay. So sorry to be so, chit chatty about, today, but there's a lot of announcements. There is the, he did a great job, didn't he? Oh, so beautiful. But other people have been doing some different things too. Bren's friend did some sort of pumpkin. And I want to see that, and I want to see everybody's, scarecrows and different things like that. So, or pumpkins, anything that's fall related that you want to bring that maybe you add a twist to. And yes, there will be prizes. So this is prize territory. We're going to be giving away prizes left and right today, this month. So tune in. Very important to tune in. And when you do tune in, make sure you make sure you comment. Please share. Sharing is caring, and please share. And hopefully I can get to my year-end goal of 20,000 subscribers. So let's get started. So today being Freebie Friday, we are going to saunter on over to a website that we've looked at before. It's called Simply Crafty SVGs, and the URL is exactly that, Simply Crafty SVGs, plural, .com. And these folks here have some pretty awesome files. They are mostly paid files, but they do have quite a selection. I think they have 99 SVG files that are free, and you can find them by going here to free SVG files. But if you want to shop this site, they do a lot of great 3D stuff. As you can see, they have the B-Skep, and look at this. And they got a witch's hat, and it looks like a cupcake. They do a lot of explosion boxes. Their prices are very reasonable. They do often do like boxes, like I've seen a lot of boxes. This is for a wine glass, this is for a tumbler. So if you are planning on making those things, or if you're making baubles this year, they have a great box for baubles. Actually, they have several different boxes depending on the size of the bauble that you're doing. And what's the other thing? Oh, the perpetual calendar is where we got this. So so definitely take a look there. If you happen to, you know, buy something, make sure you tell them that you heard about it from me. That's always helpful in developing relationships with companies. I saw Dreaming Tree watched and commented on our scarecrow from last week, so that was pretty awesome, right? So we're going to go to freebies. So all the freebies here are there's all different kinds for different occasions. This is a cute box that isn't necessarily autumn, but it is, you could do that one. But I want to show you this box that is specifically autumn for this time of year, and it's right here. I also want to make sure to point out this black cat and the pumpkin, so cute, and there's even a little handbag. So there's a lot here. You can take them all or just one, but you do have to add it to your cart, create an account, okay, and add it to your cart. Now, I've already added it to my account, so I want to just show you my account, because when you do that, once you've purchased them, and again, they're $0, so you do have to go through the purchasing of this product, okay? Even though it's free. It's so that they can develop accounts and you can sign up for their email and stuff. So once you go through the motions and select your free SVGs, you're going to come over here to downloads. And you're going to find, now you see I have quite a few here, but you're going to find this product autumn takeout box, okay? And you can see here I have an infinite downloads remaining, and it never expires. So once you've already purchased the file, don't try to repurchase it. Come back here and download it from here. So we're going to see these blue boxes here. We're just going to click on that blue box. Now I'm working from a Mac, so my Mac automatically downloads and unzips this file. If you have don't have a Mac, then you need to have some sort of unzip tool. They're easy to find, and you can do this also on your iPad. So I'm just going to click on this, and actually usually when I do that, it shows up here that it is a download. Yeah, there it is right there. So it's a download. Then I'm going to go and just check. I'm going to go and just check that it's in my download file. So here's my download file. You can see I have a lot of downloads. I'm looking for, that's why it's important to remember the name, the Autumn Takeout Box, and you will see that there's a PDF, an image, and then you've got this file folder with your SVG files, okay? Hi, Tanya. So the PDF, let me just open up my PDF thing. This is the PDF. So it's not nearly, it doesn't have to be, but it's not nearly as big, but it might be useful to you to print this off for your files. Remember, we were talking about files earlier in the week. So there is that, that, and it tells you some important things such as the finished size, and about solid score lines and assembly, where you can find the assembly video, and and the actual size of the SVG. So it might be useful to you, so you want to open that up. Then we're going to go to Cricut Design Space. I want to make sure I save this because we're going to start from scratch. And let's go and do new. So once we know that we've downloaded this, we now have to upload it to Cricut Design Space. We do that by going here. There's like a little cloud with an arrow. So let's click on that cloud with an arrow, and we're going to choose upload image. We've used this before, pattern fill. We don't want to use that this time. We want to upload an image, and then we'll hit browse. You can also drag and drop files here. I generally don't do that because I don't usually use drag and drop. So, but if you do, then you can drag and drop. So I'm going to my downloads, and then I'm going to look for, and it's not in the same order, but I'm going to look for that autumn takeout box, and I'm going to click on that file folder and then this file folder, and there you will see the 2 SVGs that you need to upload. Okay. You'll also see 2 other files. Okay, you'll see this one that says complete files and this one that says solid scoreline files. So the complete files is a way to get all of the items. So here you see this one has solid score lines, but it's both the box and the panels together. Same with this, but not with solid score lines. Okay. And then also here, solid score lines, just for the takeout box. All right. So depending on what you like to do, I like to use, because I often like to use my Joy when I'm using other people's SVGs, I generally cut these with like as they're created, which is with like a dashed cut line instead of a score line. But it's up to you. You can do whatever you like. All right. So let's just import these. Here's the first one. This is the panels. And you can name these, but they do default to a name. So we're just going in here and uploading these. See, someone asked me how to get SVGs on your computer. This is how you do it. Okay. So it's not as mysterious and scary as it sounds. So obviously I have uploaded this several times. There's the complete file, and there is my file. So I really don't need these. So while I'm sitting here, I want to show you how to delete uploads from your little library, because I like to keep this area kind of clean. I don't like to just dump all my SVGs here. And so I just kind of keep those there until I make a project. So here you can see I've got a lot of uploads, yes, but when I create a project for it, I will delete this. So how do you delete them? You're going to click on this eye with the circle, okay? And let us click on it, and you'll see that you get a little trash can that says delete. So when you hit delete, at the very top, it says, are you sure you want to delete this image? Yes. It's kind of a lot of work for to delete a file since it's so easy to add one, but I hear that they're working on some other way to quickly get rid of some of these files, because basically, you know, technically these are in the cloud, but it really is just somebody else's computer, right? And so it's probably a good idea to get rid of them. Okay. And so once you have both of these in, we're going to select them so that you see the green around them. And then we are going down here to insert images. And we are on a blank screen. Top of my screen isn't visible. Okay. So we are bringing them in. Okay. Now, there really isn't much to do here. Whenever you're doing an SVG that has these dashed cut lines, you do need to attach them to your file. I feel like I say that so many times, but it's important that you know that, because if you do not, and I'll show you what would happen by not attaching, you say on the mat, and you will see a file. Here it is. This is the just the cut lines and not here in number 3. And even if, I don't know if you could actually move this, could you? That would be interesting. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you can. I don't know. But it's just best if you just go and attach it. All you have to do to attach it is select it and go down to the bottom right here where there is a paper clip, right? That's attaching, and that is going to maintain the integrity of our box. Now, this is a very small box. It's not a huge takeout box. And so this is what our end file is going to look like. And you can see I saved the little cutouts here, and it's 2 layers here, and it's also open. If you wanted to put something in there, that little opening might not work out for you, right? So so if you wanted to put something in there, say M&Ms or jelly bean, I don't know, you know, candy corn, let's say candy corn. If you have these openings here, then you are going to have candy everywhere. So let me show you what I have come up with for ideas. First idea is you can remove this cutout here and leave these there. So there would not be this cutout. That's the first one. But I kind of like the cutout. So what I'd rather do is I'd rather use something called acetate. Now, some of you may or may not have worked with acetate before. This is just what it looks like. It's called clear acetate sheets. These ones came from Michael's, 12 pieces of clear acetate sheets. And they do have a film on it. I'm going to show you how to cut it in a second. And we're going to cut it on our machine because our machines do that. And we're going to put it on the inside of the box, okay? But what about shape? So let's take our cutouts, because our cutouts for the panels are the exact shape, right? They fit right there. So we're going to ungroup them. And we're going to duplicate the one that is more distinct, okay? So let's duplicate that. All right. And now this is grouped, so we're going to ungroup it. And then what we're going to do is we are going to use contour. Yes, you could put it in a little bag. You're right, Sherry. That's another idea. But I always think it's important for you guys to learn something new, and using acetate. I have quite a bit of acetate hanging around, so I thought we'd do it that way. So I have duplicated these, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on, I ungroup them as well. I'm going to click on this, and now I'm going down here, right down here to contour. Okay, so we're going to contour out that maple leaf out of inside because we don't want it. We want to have a little barrier for our candy corn to stay inside. You see that, what I did? Now I could either delete this and duplicate this one. That would work. So I could do that. Or I could also contour out that second box. So I'm just going to take it and duplicate it. But I need to change the color because I need this to cut on a separate mat so that I can choose acetate, okay? And so we're going to go up here to where it says basic cut. And you see there's that color. So I usually make my acetate blue to remind me like kind of like a clear sky, see-through. So I'm going to change the color. So now I am ready to cut this out and use this one mat as acetate, okay? A word about the size of this box. There are bigger takeout boxes out there. One of them is from Anna Griffin, and I want to show you where it is in case you want a bigger box. And I actually cut one out so you can see the size. But changing it to look like this was a little problematic. So, so I didn't get through like that. And since it's Freebie Friday, I figured, you know, whatever. So we're going to go to images and all images, image sets. Okay. So once you go to image sets, type in Anna or Anna's apostrophe S and scroll down and you will find, here it is, under Splendid Soiree, you will find a takeout box, and it's a beautiful takeout box and it's quite large. So if you decide you don't want to make this one so small, you could work with this file, but then you would have to replicate it, you would have to do the whole cutout, and then this is set for scoring, okay? But it does create a very large file. So I'm just going to get rid of that, and we're going to hit Make It. I'm cutting this on the mat. And today I'm going to be using, for the panels, I'm going to be using paper from this. It's called Celebrate Autumn. It's by Echo Park Paper Company. It's pretty new. Let me check. Well, it's a couple of years old, but you can find these these are called scrapbook kits. You can find them in a lot of online stores. I buy them generally from, let's see, Craft Direct often has them. Scrapbook.com has them, but their price is always a little bit higher. Craftdirect.com has some good prices. This one here I bought from Joann's when they were having their paper sale 2 weeks ago, and I got like 70% off of paper, so I got it for just a couple of dollars. I also want to show you one other paper pad. Hold on. This one here, and I don't know that it is available in Michael's just yet, but it's called Spice Pumpkin. This is from last year. I love this paper pad. It makes such beautiful autumn projects, so I also used this. It's single sided, so which is fine, but the double-sided we're going to talk about in a second. All right, so here are 4 mats. Now, because I'm going to be using a double-sided sheet of paper, which I'll choose right here. Let me just check. Okay, so here is a double-sided piece of paper. Okay, so because I'm using double-sided piece of paper, and I sure as heck hope this works, now that I think about it, it might not. You know what? It's not going to work, so we're not going to do that. What I'm going to do is cut this from the front and then flip it over and cut this one on the back. Then we've got our actual box, and you notice you could make the box a little bit bigger. So if that is something you'd like to do, go back and group your entire project, grab them all together, group, and you can do a line center so that you have kind of a true size there, group. And you can make this a little bit bigger. So you can make it up to 11.5 inches, because right now it was 10.5 inches. So you can make it an inch bigger all around. That would make it look a little bit bigger than this. But when you do this, you need to make sure that all of the pieces are part of that regrouping so that all the pieces are proportionately sized. Okay, so let's hit Make It. We're going to do on mat. And here we go. So we have 4 mats, and you guys know I often like to duplicate my projects, so you can also do this and just duplicate them. This is good because it'll use up just like a 3-inch strip of my paper, which is cool. And then these are individual, okay? It's slightly bigger, all right? And then down here is for the acetate, okay? So we hit continue. And we get our whatever our base material. I have done it in this brown. I did it in Craft. Today I think I'll do it in this teal color because it's kind of popular, and so I'm going to select this for the main color. I'm going to choose medium cardstock because that is what we cut most cardstock on. It's 80 pounds. Generally speaking, the average cardstock is like 80 pounds, and you kind of get to know what that means as far as a feel. So, but sometimes if you go to like Joann's, they're having a brand sale this weekend where you can buy cardstock that's heavier. So, consider, you can actually feel the difference. So when you're picking out your paper there, if you're buying it individually, and it's a good deal, 10 for $2, good deal. Can't really go wrong there. You just need to make sure you're purchasing sort of this medium weight, because you'll see also there'll be paper weight, which is very light, and then there'll be a thicker cardstock that's almost like tag paper. What am I thinking? Like oak tag? I don't know if you guys remember oak tag, but it's thicker. And so when you do that, you need to change your material setting. So here and there, we're going to go to browse materials. And in this case, you'll see there's our cardstock for intricate cuts. That's what we used on the calendars yesterday, but we also have heavy cardstock, light, and medium cardstock. Okay, most of the cardstock that you're buying, like say from Michael's or whatever, is medium cardstock. So when you pick up a piece of paper or a piece of cardstock, you can kind of go, does this feel like the paper that I normally get, and sort of go from there. So you don't have to really worry about this poundage. Just know that cardstock comes in light, medium, and heavy, and you need to choose the correct setting based on what you're using in your machine. So this is a medium cardstock that I'm going to put in. I'm also going to remember my material setting. If you feel like it's a little bit thicker than medium, but not quite heavy, you can change the pressure to more if you want to, and that's always an option. So now we're ready to cut. I'm going to bring it over here and just show you what it is. This is so simple. You could bang out a bunch of these if, say, you were making little favors for, I don't know, Harvest Festival, or, for back to school treats or whatever. These will go pretty quickly. This is the main color that we're cutting it in. By the way, I'm cutting out a pumpkin in this color for tomorrow. I already cut out a black one, and I'll cut out the traditional pumpkin colored one as well. I hope you can make it tomorrow. Tomorrow is our 3D date night, and we are doing pumpkins from SVG cuts, okay? So while this is cutting, I will get on my other mat this paper. Isn't this cute? And we are going to cut out both sides here. And the reason why I didn't add both sides to the same mat is because of the shaped cutout. I was afraid that it wouldn't come out right and I'd have to flip it, and I think that was a wise decision. And then as far as the acetate goes, to prepare the acetate, there is a plastic. Most acetate has a plastic covering on it, so you need to use something like your weeding tool. And I know I'm not in camera, but I need to put this on a flat surface so I can grab it. It's a very, very thin plastic, and you do need to remove it before you cut. So there it is. So this is a thin plastic. It's just designed so you don't scratch that acetate. Okay? So we'll get that ready. Let me get a mat for that. I thought that this teal would look nice because oftentimes I've been finding that a lot of the fall paper has little accents of teal, and I love that with all the other autumn accents. I think it looks really cute, and which is why also I wanted to do a teal pumpkin because heck, why not? So again, this is the paper that I really like from Michaels. Is called Spice Pumpkin, and this paper I got from Joann's online, Celebrate Autumn by Echo Park, and it is a Lori Whitlock. Usually these come with stickers. Yeah, here you go. So there's a whole sheet of stickers on the back. So really cute and a great way to embellish your scrapbooks and also your cards. So it's almost done with our page, our main bit. And then I'm going to show you what I do here. Maybe I should take you back to, nah, I'll keep you here. So that is it done. And let's start off with the first cutout, which is, will be on this side. This will go easy. And while that's doing that, I can just remove this from my mat. If you're not used to working with paper, or it's kind of new to you, maybe you use your Cricut for vinyl. What you want to do, especially if you have a very new mat, is to remove the mat, not the paper. So a lot of people, their first instinct is to do this. Okay, and unfortunately when your mat's nice and sticky, which we all love nice sticky mats, it can cause ripping in different places. So I tell people, turn it over and try to remove the mat like this. So you're turning it over and you can remove the excess piece here. And then be careful because there's like 4 sides to this. So I'm just going to do it like this. It's sort of a rolling motion. And yeah, these mats are made to sort of roll and be flexible. Actually, I found that when they get old, they become less flexible. And if you are suffering from old mats, you can re-stick them, but eventually you have to think about possibly removing them. Okay, and I mean getting a new one. All right, so here is my on this side, and I don't know if you can see that. So let's just pull that off. This is not quite a new mat, and we're going to take this out. There is a cutout there that we're going to keep, and let's take this. I'm going to then take this piece of paper, cut off the top like this, and then put the new top here and cut out the second cutout, and then we're going to layer them after we do the acetate. Okay, so keep those little pieces, and you can just pop them out because you can use them as embellishments on your little boxes or on something else. Might work with your little scrap challenge if you're going to do the scrap challenge. Okay, so I've got my 4 little pieces, I'm going to move you down here in just a second. Now you won't be able to see me choose it, but I'm going to be choosing acetate on the screen when I get to that last mat. Lifting a little. And make sure it's on really good. And sometimes it's helpful if you do more with acetate, you know, on the pressure side, but we can try it in a different way. We can try it both ways, I suppose. I like working with acetate. It makes it feel like it's really professional. Like if you're putting together a box and you have like a peekaboo hole. This is a great way to use acetate. It makes it look really professional, and it keeps your stuff in. Now, my paper kind of lifted. I'll show you what we're gonna do about that, but we'll do something kind of lifted on the end there. I do use masking tape sometimes if I'm using a mat that's no longer sticky. Okay, so here's my acetate. I'm going to navigate my screen over to, actually I'm going to show you. So when I want to change the material, so everything is cardstock here, but I'm at the acetate mat. So I can just click on medium cardstock and then go to browse all materials, and you can type in acetate. It's like acetate, and choose either the acetate, which is blank, or the foil acetate, which we've used before in other projects. It's just decorative, okay? And we're going to choose that, all right? And I don't think I'm going to, well, maybe I will give it a little bit more pressure. Let me bring you over here. Okay, teddy bear. And we are going to cut this out. I'm probably going to babysit it a little bit because I'm afraid that it's going to lift, and that's okay. Just don't, cut your hands or anything. But I always like to make sure that unique thing is on a mat. If I wanted to not babysit it, I could use the purple mat, which is the strong grip mat. Or use a brand new green mat. This mat's fairly new, but it's not brand new, so. All right, see, so it's kind of lifting a little bit. Probably should have used the strong grip. All right, so let's pause it, because you can pause it. And let's take this off and get ourselves a strong grip mat. A brand new strong grip mat, which I have here. Hoo-hoo! This is a purple strong grip mat. This is actually not from Cricut. Ooh, boo me. I should have put it in. Now, if I had a problem like this, I would just cut it off because I don't want it to get messed up on the rollers of my machine. And this thing is really strong, so got to be careful when I'm placing it on here. Definitely don't want to use these strong grip mats for your paper, your thin paper, because it tends to ruin it. All right, so let's put this in. I have to pick acetate again. Okay, so we're gonna put this in. See how it's much more sticky and it's stuck to the mat. So it will make it a lot easier. It doesn't guarantee that it's not going to do that, but, let's see. Now, one thing I did notice is when you pause a cut, it does show as been cut, which it never did before. I don't know why that is. I'm going to talk to the folks over at Cricut about it. All right, so now we're going to cut this acetate. Remember, there's a film on it. Take that off, or it definitely will not cut all the way through. Much better, see, because it is cutting through twice. It's not lifting from the mat. Oh, it's doing it 3 times. Woo! Okay. So that's how you do that. So while that is going, let's come back here because we're running out of time and put this thing together, okay? So this is the outside. The first thing you want to do is you want to fold at all of those cut lines, these dashed cut lines, okay? And so you want to fold that everywhere. Boop. There we go. And even here at the top. And our acetate's done. All right, so let's get the acetate out. So here's my strong grip mat, and it is a super strong grip mat. And I can use this acetate later, so we'll cut it up, and I always keep all my scraps. Okay, so there's my acetate. You don't have to worry too much about ripping this. I don't know that I've ever ripped acetate. Okay, all right. So acetate it's plastic. So what you want to do is not use liquid glue for it. So here are my acetates. I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to use this. This is double stick tape. And I am going to just take and create sort of a border around my cutout on the inside of the box. Doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be big enough to catch all four sides of the acetate so that we don't have any candy corn spilling out, right? So this is double stick tape. It means that it's like, I think, 1/4 of an inch. I did buy that on Amazon. If you haven't been able to find it, you usually can find it in the craft stores, but if you haven't been able to, I can post it. Also, Rosalind Bennett, I told you guys that I was going to post my my new finds with the brushes and stamps and the pearlescent ink, and I did not, so I will make sure I go back and do that today. Boy, it's just been so busy. All right, so here is my acetate, and you see there's my double stick tape that I took off this side too, and I just want to place it like this over it, and you want to make sure that no sticky part is left on that side. So see how we did that? Let's turn it over and do the other side. Making a box around my cutout to keep my candy inside. I'm serious about candy corn. It's a very serious business in this house. I actually, when I was cleaning out my pantry last week, I found leftover candy corn. You know why? Because I found out that Butterfingers can be made, like Butterfingers the candy, can be made by combining peanut butter with melted candy corn, and I was going to try to make them for my son. And I lost it. I don't think they've gone bad, but I thought I would try it out. Maybe I'll try it out this weekend now that I found it. Okay, so there is our second piece of acetate. If you use glue, it will just squish all around because glue needs a porous surface, okay? So there's our inside of the box. Here's the outside of the box. And then we're going to take our pieces. So let's take this one. This has a little cutout. You notice that the cutout is not as pretty, or as, I don't know, not as defined as the other one. You could have switched this up if you wanted to see this piece on the top, if you wanted to. Now this is where you can use glue. You know, I wonder if, and there's my brain going, my ADD brain. I wonder if you flipped both pieces over, if that would work. Maybe it would. Let's try that for the next one. You might be going, Rita, what are you talking about? I'm going to show you. I think it would work. All right, so there are 2 layers like that. flip it over. This is what I was talking about. So let's say I cut these out of the paper and I wanted to flip them. I could do that, right? Yes, it worked. Oh, no, it doesn't work because of the way that's cut out. Okay, forget it. Never mind. Next time, I'll just know to use that pretty brown paper as the top layer instead of the bottom layer. Right? Okay. So just going to put that right on there. If you are new to glue, this is the glue that I really love to use. It's called Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. I've noticed that a lot of people are using it now, which is great. It's sort of a small little company out of Arizona or something. But they make a really nice glue. I might be wrong. I don't know. Okay, so now that we have this, we can start putting it together. I'm going to take a little bit of twine. I was watching, do you guys know Jim Gaffigan? Jim Gaffigan. I was watching a little short of his, and he was talking about recycling and how you need to bundle up your newspapers with twine. And he's like, who has twine? You know, I'm not in the 1890s or whatever. And I was like, you know, if you asked a crafter, though, they all have twine. Okay, so we've folded it all, and you can do one of two things. You can either glue the sides on, or you don't have to. This is the beauty of a takeout box. Any takeout box that you get, like at a restaurant, they have, you know how they have the handles on there. It's designed, a regular takeout box is designed for you to take out that, instead of reaching into the container, you take off that piece of metal, and then you open it up and you have a plate. Okay, so but not for this. This is a gift one, obviously. So this is what a regular takeout box, and this is that Anna one that I talked about, and you would see that it's actually like a plate. So there's a little tidbit of trivia for you. Okay. But on this one, you can either do a little bit of gluing, or you can just sort of fold it like this, put these two sides up and fold it, and you'll see that we have the holes are punched all the way through, like this and like this. If you're just making this as a gift, what I would suggest, you know, you don't want people to undo it to eat off of, I would suggest maybe a tiny bit of glue just to kind of hold that in place, and make sure that those holes are matched up like this. Same here, just a tiny bit, not going to hurt anything. It'll just make putting in the twine a whole lot easier too. Okay. So once you have that going, I just took a little length of twine. I'm going to put one side here in those holes. Just put a simple knot like this. Simple, like one knot is fine. It's thick enough. Pull it through and then go around here. Put this one on this side. Simple knot on the end. Okay, there is your box. You can clip that if you want, or whatever you want to do there. And then to fold it up, you just put in the sides and then do this. But we're not quite done yet. We still have one more little thing to do. See that? Now I could glue this there if I wanted to. It's up to you what you want to do. I kind of like the looser look, but okay. So here we can use these leaves, these cutouts, and sort of put them on the side. And that's a good way to reuse your scraps, right? This was a negative cutout. Oops, I'm out of focus there, so I'm Is it big enough to put a candle in? Yes. Yeah, like one of those little LCD candles. Boop. Didn't stay on. Yeah, you could. I would not use acetate then if you're going to put a candle in there, because it will get too warm. All right. So I think I might just pop a little glue here, just so that it's nice and flat for my my leaf. Okay. And this one, I can do it either way. Let me put a tiny bit of glue here just to hold it in place. Today is my sister's birthday. I know she's not listening, but I'm still going to say happy birthday to her. This is my older sister. Teresa is her name. So happy birthday, Teresa, my oldest sister, who has been watching over me like a hawk since I was born. So many pictures of her, like literally mothering me, and she is a smotherer. I love it. I love it. Because, I mean, every time I need something done, she's one of those gal Fridays. She knows how to do everything. So there is our absolutely adorable box with the acetate and also without the acetate. Isn't that the cutest thing? So cute. Woohoo! And you can make a bunch of these, obviously. It doesn't take up a whole lot of paper. I mean, well, you need one 12 by 12 sheet for this. So that is going to do it. Yes, happy birthday to my sister Teresa. Okay, so let me just go back to my browser. And we're going to be looking at here. This is SVG cuts. This is for tomorrow. So if you want to follow along and make a pumpkin, this is the pumpkin that we're going to be making. This. It is very large. It's the size of a very good sized pumpkin that you'd find at the store. And it's really fun to make. It just looks big. It's just like basically 8 sides to it. And there's a lot of cutting out. You need at least 6 sheets of 12 by 12 cardstock in the color that you want to make. So I already cut out my black one. I'm going to put that together. I'm going to do a teal one and then a traditional pumpkin one. So this is a paid file. And so if you want to do this, you need to purchase it. You can buy it individually or part of this Harvest Sunset SVG kit. It's not a new file, so you may have already purchased it if you were following along last year, because we actually made these sunflowers last year before we found those gorgeous sunflowers in Design Space. It also has in the kit, if you buy the kit, it has this gorgeous box card that I've made and I love. It's so beautiful. I'll probably make it again this year, but it also has this pumpkin, okay? And you would, once you purchase it, you're going to then do the upload just like I showed you today. There'll be more pieces to it, but it's the same process, okay? So that's going to do it for me for today. Make sure that you check back on my page to see all the extra stuff. If you want to get a reminder for that for product expert chat, type in Melody Lane, and you see here, this is Melody Lane, and she has 200,000 subscribers, and I'm begging for 20. She has like Yeah, she's a lot. Anyway, if you scroll down under upcoming live streams, you'll see this is it. Click on our heads. And if you see this, you can see over here, it says reminder on. So my reminder is on so that I will get a reminder from YouTube that it's live. Isn't that great? And it will be all four of us, and we're going to be talking Cricut. So that should be fun. Okay, everyone. Thanks so much. I'm going to post my Lilac Cricut Cutie giveaway. I will also post some of this product that I've been using that are not Cricut products. So come back, if you're watching this live, come back and check the description, okay? If you are watching this on YouTube, you can check the description and all the links should be there. Thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. If not, this is next Friday. This is next Friday, the 10th. It's the 10th, okay? So we'll see you tomorrow for Cricut Chat Date Night, 3D Date Night, and that is at 5 o'clock. And so 5 o'clock on Saturday night, Eastern time, from Facebook Live, we will be doing this pumpkin. I will post a link after I get done with this. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day and hope to see you tomorrow. If not, have a lovely Labor Day weekend. I will be back on Monday. So if you're wondering if I'm going to work on the holiday, yeah. I am going to work on the holiday. So we'll see you on Monday if you have that day off. Maybe we'll get to see some people that we don't normally see because it's a day off for everybody. I don't know. Anyway, have a great day. We'll see you. Get some crafting in, and we'll see you later. Bye.